April 2, 2015, at 9:15 p.m., Hatton Garden, London. This is the moment when a group of seasoned thieves descended upon the Hatton Garden safe deposit facility, marking the beginning of one of the most audacious heists in British history. As the 6 burglars made their way through the facility, they left in their wake a trail of destruction and chaos. The sound of drilling echoed through the corridors, puncturing the air with a rhythmic whine as the power drill bit through the 50 centimeters thick vault walls like butter. The men moved with precision, their tools clinking against the tile floor as they worked tirelessly to breach the security. The fluorescent lights above cast an eerie glow, illuminating the destruction in stark detail. Every step, every drill strike, seemed to shake the very foundations of the building. At the center of this operation was a group of 6 elderly men, each with a wealth of experience in the world of crime. There was Brian Reader, the mastermind behind the heist, Terry Perkins, a seasoned thief with a reputation for getting in and out undetected, Carl Wood, a skilled engineer with a talent for bypassing security systems, Daniel Jones, a local burglar with a penchant for the big score, Billy Jervis, a young and eager participant in the operation, and John Collins, a seasoned crook with a talent for talking his way out of sticky situations. Together, they formed a formidable team, each bringing their unique skills to the table. As they worked, their banter and laughter seemed to mask the gravity of what they were doing. But make no mistake, these men were on a mission to get rich quick. Witnesses reported hearing the sound of drilling and machinery coming from within the facility, but what they saw would send shockwaves through the community. Neighbors described the scene as chaotic, with police lights illuminating the quiet streets of Hatton Garden. Some even claimed to have seen the thieves fleeing the scene, their faces obscured by hats and hoods. But despite the chaos, the thieves seemed to vanish into thin air, leaving behind a trail of destruction and a mystery that would take months to unravel. It was as if they had conjured up a storm, only to leave behind a calm and peaceful exterior. As the first responders arrived on the scene, they were met with a sight of utter devastation. The police were seen swarming the area, their lights and sirens illuminating the darkening streets. Inside, they found a scene of utter chaos, with broken glass and scattered debris littering the floor. The air was thick with the smell of sawdust and smoke, a testament to the destruction that had taken place. The police were soon joined by forensic experts, who began the painstaking process of sifting through the evidence. Before we go further, hit subscribe and the bell. We post new cases every single day. Let me take you back to the very beginning of this story. It starts with a cast of characters who are not what they seem. We have Billy Jervis, a young and eager participant in the operation, who would go on to become a key witness in the trial. Then there's Daniel Jones, a local burglar with a penchant for the big score. But the story is not just about the perpetrators, it's also about the victims, who lost millions of pounds in the heist. We'll take a closer look at the safe deposit facility and its owners, who were oblivious to the danger lurking in their midst. As we delve deeper into the world of the Hatton Garden gang, you'll be shocked at the secrets they kept and the lies they told. As we begin our deep dive into the Hatton Garden safe deposit burglary, a case that stunned the nation with its sheer audacity and brazenness, one name stands out: Brian Reader, a 76-year-old man from Surrey, England. He was the mastermind behind the operation, and his age belied a cunning and calculating individual with a long history of thievery. Born in 1939, Brian Reader lived a comfortable life, but one that was punctuated by numerous run-ins with the law. His daily life was marked by a combination of luxury and deceit, as he juggled his life of crime with a seemingly respectable facade. At the time, his family knew little about his illicit activities. Brian Reader's daily life read like a riddle, with him shuttling between his life in Hatton Garden, where he was known to socialize with fellow thieves and gangsters, and his family in Surrey. By all accounts, Reader was a charming individual, known to be witty and affable, traits that served him well in his line of work. His charm was matched only by his cunning, which allowed him to navigate complex webs of deceit and corruption with ease. Despite his questionable past, Reader was a likable and relatable figure, one whose charm had won over scores of people, including some of the most influential figures in London's underworld. His reputation was such that even his fellow gangsters looked up to him with a mixture of respect and awe. What made Reader so likable and sympathetic was the fact that he was a family man, with a loving wife and children who adored him. On the surface, Reader's life seemed like the epitome of normality, with him attending Sunday lunches and family gatherings, all the while hiding in plain sight the secret life of a professional thief. His family trusted him implicitly, and it's likely that they had no idea about the magnitude of his thieving exploits. Reader's relationships were built on a foundation of trust and loyalty, which he exploited to his advantage. He had a network of fellow thieves and gangsters who did his bidding, and he knew exactly how to manipulate them to get what he wanted. As we examine the events leading up to the Hatton Garden burglary, it's clear that Reader had been planning this heist for months. The months leading up to the operation saw Reader become increasingly withdrawn, shutting himself away in his study as he worked tirelessly to bring his plans to fruition. According to sources, Reader had been casing the Hatton Garden safe deposit facility for years, looking for the perfect moment to strike. It's likely that he assembled a team of trusted operatives, including his associates, Danny Jones and Terry Perkins. But what motivated Reader to plan such a brazen heist, one that would go down in history as the largest burglary in English legal history? As we delve deeper into the case, one question will haunt you: what drove Brian Reader to commit such a daring crime? The scene is set in Hatton Garden, a historic jewelers' district in the heart of London, England. It's the 2nd of April, 2015, and the Easter bank holiday weekend is in full swing. A 4-day weekend, many of the nearby businesses, some connected to Hatton Garden's thriving jewelry trade, are closed. The weather is mild, but the residents of London are unaware of the shocking events that are about to unfold. It's a time of rest and relaxation, but little do they know, a team of experienced thieves is planning to strike. The events leading up to the crime are shrouded in mystery, but it's believed that the team of thieves had been planning this heist for months. They had likely chosen the Easter bank holiday weekend, knowing that many of the businesses in the area would be closed. The team consisted of 6 elderly men, all of whom were experienced in the art of thievery. They had worked together before, pulling off numerous high-stakes heists throughout their careers. Their experience and expertise would prove to be a formidable combination. On Thursday the 2nd of April, the team put their plan into action. They entered the underground safe deposit facility through a lift shaft, bypassing the main entrance. Once inside, they used a Hilti DD350 industrial power drill to bore through the 50 cm thick vault walls. The drilling process was loud and could have been heard by anyone nearby, but the thieves had likely chosen this time to carry out the heist, knowing that many of the businesses in the area were closed. The team worked swiftly, using the drill to create holes through the vault's walls, bypassing the main vault door. The most shocking single detail of the crime is the sheer scale of what occurred. The team managed to drill through the 50 cm thick vault walls, using a Hilti DD350 industrial power drill, which is an incredibly powerful tool. This level of sophistication and expertise would have made the heist almost impossible to carry out. The fact that 6 elderly men were able to pull off such a brazen heist is a testament to their skill and experience. The scale of the theft was staggering, with an estimated value of up to £14 million, making it the largest burglary in English legal history. The police first responded to the burglary by announcing it on April 7, and initially there was no visible sign of a forced entry to the premises. Investigators were tasked with working out how the thieves had gained access to the vault, which had 360 individual safe deposit boxes. The facility was closed to the public for several days following the burglary. As detectives began to review CCTV footage, they noticed a group of elderly men seen entering the area where the vault was located. They were later identified as key suspects in the investigation. A crucial piece of evidence that changed the course of the investigation was CCTV footage released by the Daily Mirror, which showed people nicknamed Mr. Ginger, Mr. Strong, Mr. Montana, the Gent, the Tall Man and the Old Man. This footage helped detectives to identify the suspects and start building a timeline of events. The video also revealed that the burglary began on Thursday, April 2nd, and the thieves worked through the 4-day Easter bank holiday weekend. The CCTV footage was later matched with still images taken from the police's own security cameras. The combined evidence revealed the scale of the operation. The main suspects identified by the police were 6 elderly men who were skilled thieves, all in their 70s and 80s. Detectives had been tracking these men for some time, although they didn't realize the extent of their involvement in the Hatton Garden burglary. They were known to have connections to the London underworld and had a history of breaking into safes and vaults. The police had to carefully investigate each of the 6 men, working out their individual roles in the heist and gathering sufficient evidence to bring charges. As the investigation progressed, detectives pieced together the intricate plan behind the burglary. One of the biggest mistakes investigators made was to pursue a lead about a potential distraction caused by a nearby underground fire. Initially, detectives speculated that the thieves had started the fire to create a diversion and throw off potential witnesses. However, an investigation by the London Fire Brigade later revealed that the fire was not linked to the Hatton Garden burglary. This wasted several months of investigation time and resources, and delayed uncovering the identities of the actual thieves. The botched lead also raised questions about the efficiency of the investigation and the ability of detectives to follow leads. It was a revelation that completely shook the nation, a twist that nobody saw coming. The key to the Hatton Garden safe deposit burglary had been right under the police's noses all along. The masterminds behind the daring heist were not street-smart young men, but rather 6 elderly men, seasoned thieves who had decades of experience under their belts. Their ages ranged from 56 to 76, and their experience was exactly what they needed to pull off the largest burglary in English legal history. This revelation would go on to stun the country and leave many wondering how such a sophisticated crime could have been carried out by seasoned offenders. The police investigation was already considered one of the most complex and challenging in recent years, but this new twist made it even more intriguing. The elderly gang used their experience to their advantage, carefully planning and executing the break-in. They were meticulous in their approach, using a Hilti DD350 industrial power drill to bore through the 50 cm thick vault walls. The team had clearly prepared thoroughly, knowing exactly what they were doing and how to get away with it. The precision and skill required for this crime was truly remarkable. After a thorough investigation, all 6 elderly men were arrested, pleaded guilty, and received prison sentences in March 2016. 4 other men were also tried on suspicion of involvement, with 3 found guilty and sent to prison, and the 4th cleared of all charges. This case marked a significant turning point in the history of the flying squad and cemented London's Metropolitan Police Service as a force to be reckoned with. The trial was a testament to the dedication and hard work of the investigators who worked tirelessly to unravel the complex puzzle. Although the case is now settled, it remains a notable example of a highly sophisticated and daring heist. In the aftermath of the trial, the key players went back to their respective lives, but their lives would forever be changed by the events of that fateful Easter weekend. Some attempted to distance themselves from the crime, while others seemed to take pride in their accomplishment. The Hatton Garden safe deposit burglary will be remembered as one of the most audacious crimes in recent history. It sent shockwaves throughout the jewelry trade and left many in awe of the cunning and precision displayed by the gang. The case has inspired numerous films and television dramatizations, keeping the public enthralled by its intricate details and sheer audacity.